Hello trader, welcome to another live session on Friday for looking at the market to see possible trade setup for last day of trading week, as we are almost nearing to the end of the month. So looking at especially gold, we see that there was a that massive manipulation yesterday, and today also early we saw that in this area there was a false breakout, and then from this zone the market has made its way back to the upside with a stronger momentum, and it is still trending. Looks like that we see a very strong breakout here. Also there is a sharp price action pattern in that area, and because the market in a sharp price action pattern, we could see the price to potentially go back up to the upside to create a new higher high here. So you can see the market is in a sharp uptrend, and we will be looking for entry as soon as you will find that, like we do every live session. Yeah, gold looks very bullish at the moment, and as it is a long-term bull market, we are almost nearly to the end. If we look at the weekly here, you guys can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly drop here. We saw that complete breakup structure from the weekly. After this break, the market has made its move back to the upside with this long weekly bullish engulfer. So because there was a weekly manipulation that we have seen here in that area, so we saw the price has broken that support level, and from this support the market has made its way back to the upside with a big bullish momentum in that area. So because the market is in this bullish move from the weekly, and if we look at the daily here, we can see the same thing. The market is forming series of high and low here, which is a strongly bullish market structure. There is a long week, a rejection, followed by every week we saw that every day series of high and low formation, and here we saw a red bearish candle, followed by from here the market has made its move back to the upside. Currently it's in a sharp uptrend, and it is possible for this market now to potentially go back up to create a new higher high in this market. So looking at here on the 30-minute chart, that we can see in this lower time frame, this is where there was a big move followed by pullback. Okay, so we can see the market is trending again, creating series of higher high and higher low. So current level that we can look at, because it's in a sharp uptrend, looking at the 5 minutes, we can see there's a 5 minutes bullish candle formation here. Going to the 1 minute, here is breakup structure, and with this breakup structure we can see the market in fact made its move back to the upside again with another bullish momentum. So this is a liquidity zone here on Xauusd, a big move way back to the upside, followed by this pullback, and the market is forming series of higher high and higher low, which is typical uptrending market structure. So this is the level, this is the area of value. If you look at the 30 minutes, you can see this is a very important support level here, and the market is trending in that direction. So this is if we look at 1 minute chart, that we are looking for possible entry. Let it first break below from the 30 minutes. This is a big impulse, and we see that there is a new 1 hour candle opened, and we may see the price to retest this support. We can look for potential entry here with this possible break to the upside in this market. So 15 minutes and 30 minutes chart, we can see the market trend is showing that it is currently in a bullish momentum. So let's look at here on the lower time frame for a breakup structure, and when the market breaks from the structure, this is where the entry. So if you look at here, you can see it was in the previous a couple of minutes ago you saw that there was a breakup structure, and after this breakup structure the market has started trend back to the upside here. So now what we will be waiting here for the market to drop again to this support level potentially, and once we see the market has done enough move back here, that's where we can look for possible entry opportunity in this market. Let's wait to see that the price to show. We see that two short-term rejection possible, that might bring the price back to this support level here where there is a support, and from here we may see the market to potentially trend back to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So we'll be waiting for possible trend, and as soon as you see the market has given that entry, we will be looking for entry opportunity in this market. It still can continue to rise up from here because it's a very sharply bull market, but we will be waiting for the market to drop back down here for a deeper liquidity grab. Once we see the market has dropped for a deeper liquidity grab, we can look for that entry opportunity in this market. So let's wait for possible trade setup, and if you guys are ready for today's trade setup, make sure you always I would highly encourage you to open in a demo account and with a comparatively smaller risk, and so that you always remain in control of this live session, because this live session is only for educational, and once you understand, you learn, and you grow as a trader, that's the main goal of this live session. So with that said, we'll be waiting for the market to test the support, and then we will be entering in the trade as soon as we find that entry opportunity. Let's look at today's possible setup. Here you can see there is a structure formation, and because it's in a sharp bull market, once we see this structure is broken in one direction, we can look for that entry in this market. Okay, so we will be waiting. We can see there is a breakup structure potentially here. Daily price today so far, there is a big break to the upside, and that's a pretty strong breakout that you can see. We had early today one trade from this level. Now what I think, that if the market is having a rejection, we may be able to enter into potential trading opportunity. You can see this is the previous 5 minutes candle is a bull candle, and now the price tested that support and getting a rejection here. So we'll be looking for possible entry as the market is trending. We will look to see entry with the direction of the trend. It's a sharp bullish trend. It's getting very faster. We want to see that the market is giving us enough pullback here. So whenever coming down, the buyers are buying this market. If you look at it, you can see whenever the price coming down, the bulls taking control in that market, and that's where the buying opportunity coming. When we see the price has dropped, you can see here we even may see a potential inverted head and shoulder, and then to break to the upside. So here in this uptrend we will be looking for an entry. So here is the buy stop that I'm going to place above this level. This is the first trade setup for today, and let's see that where I'll be also placing as a signal, and expecting to move back to the upside in the direction of the trend. So there will be we'll be placing a buy stop in that area if the market is breaking above for this potential move. And here is buy stop at 3355.2, 3355.22, stop loss at 3349.56, and TP target at 3361.81, 3361.81. That's where placing a buy stop in that area for this potential move back to the upside. 3355.22, stop at 3349.56, and TP target at 3361.80. Placed a buy stop in that area. Let's see if the market is pushing back to the upside. You can look for that entry. So here is you can see this is a this is an inverted head and shoulder, and expecting a possible break to the upside here. If it push back up, we will be entering at the top. Buying from higher high is the key, especially when the market in a strong trend. And so here our target will be 67 pip in this trade, and the stop loss is 55 pip. So let's look for that the market to give possible entry in this area. Thanks for joining here. Welcome. Yep, Friday is really volatile, and we see that there is a big trend, especially on Friday. We can see those kind of trend, and which is in fact a significant trading opportunity here. If you look at, you can see the market in this area. This is a series of higher low here, and with this series of higher low, there is a long wick rejection, and also there is a long wick rejection. So you can see that multiple time rejected. So if the market breaks from this structure, that is where we see that the market potentially be trending back to the upside. We see series of higher low, so waiting for a possible break to the upside. Now if it breaks below, then we might be readjusting the entry again around this area, because it's an uptrend. You always look for buying in this market. We'll see that what's happening here in this area, and So you see that breakout structure. So if the market breaking here deeply to the downside, we may be able to find a more refined entry a little downside here. First of all, you'll see that if it is coming to any of this level, if you look at the 5 minutes here, this is a very important support level. So you can see there is a breakup structure here in this area, and that breakup structure might lead the price potentially back below here. And yeah, pending order is still valid. We are waiting for the price still didn't push back to the upside, so it's still valid. If it come back below here further, we might be readjusting the pending order, which is still valid here. And pending order is valid, wanting to see the market to possibly break below further here, wanting to see that where it is heading to. And if it breaks below, then we can readjust the pending order a little in that area, so that we have more rooms for taking a little higher target in this area. Looking at the 1 hour, this is there was a big bounce here from 30 minutes. If we look at a big bounce, 15 minutes here also the same. The market is in fact pretty strong bullish momentum here in this area. And with that momentum, if we look at what we can see, the price to potentially, now if it is crossing this low here, then we may be able to adjust the entry along this area. Still will keep the same, because you would like to see that the market ultimately breaking below further. Then we can bring the entry here, because the trend is up. So when the market trend is up, we will be looking for that entry in this market. So you can see from here it's pushing back up again, and we'll leave the pending order in the same area, same place. So from here it sharply bounced. We could place the pending order somewhere here, but it was very quick move. We didn't have that enough time for that, but we can see the market is again pushing back up. So after retesting again, pushing back down, now it's creating a what we call a structure here. You can see in this area, leaving this trend line. Okay, so leaving this trend line, it is creating this structure. What we can do now, we will be moving the entry little downside because it created an imbalance here. So the entry here is I'll be bringing at just moving the just pending order, and we can bring the TP target lower, moving the stop loss little bit further. So readjusting the pending order. Now readjusting the pending order is buy stop currently 3352, 3352.34, and stop loss at 3348.30. TP target at 3358.25. So we are basically readjusting the pending order. So we have readjusted the pending order. Now if it is still dropping down, we will not be selling because it's a highly bullish market. We'll only look for buying in this market. So if we look at here, you can see the market. This is a sharply here is it has created a structure. Now if it wants to trend, we would like to see the market has completely broken above this level. So that's what we are looking to see for potential entry. Pending order is still valid. Yes, it's valid. Rajkumar, so where are you looking today? So welcome, thank you. Looking, we can see that it's a sharply bullish market. Since early we saw there was a huge bullish momentum, and now what we could see here, this is a support. Now this is a support here. So if you look at here, you can see this is a from here there was a drop to that support, big bounce, and this leg that we can see here is a critical area because this is a manipulation leg. Now in case the market is coming here, which is less likely to happen to that level, then that's gonna be potentially pretty strong big move possible in this market. We're looking forward to see where it is heading today, and we can see that it's just sideways, and in that way it's basically preparing for another move, because after a big move there is always, you see the market will move in a sideways, and that's where we are looking at for the market to show that potential from here, potential rejection, which is key area to look at. And you can see the market in this area, this is a consolidation, expecting that to break below, and once it will break below here, that's where the entry opportunity for us to go for the bullish trade in this market. So let's wait to see where the market potentially be heading, and based on that we will be entering the trade. At the moment we place the pending order, because if it breaks above we will be entering the trade. If it breaks down we still can readjust the pending order, as you know that the most important part is to look at for a trade in the direction of the trend. Okay, so once we see the market is moving in the direction of the trend, that's where we are on the trade. Otherwise we will be waiting for the market to rearrange, restructure itself. Thank you. And here is, if you guys look at it, you can see this is a this is in this area here, now slowly trying to build up the pressure again. Now our readjusted pending order is changed, so this is the new zone that we place the pending order. And if the market breaks to the upside, which is potentially possible because it's in a strong uptrend, we'll be in this trade here, and then pushing back up will give us potential some gain here in this trade, and waiting for the market to show that hand for entry. So last day of trading week is very volatile, especially Friday. It's pretty volatile here, and on the day, if you look at Friday, because many traders closes their positions, so Friday is very important in terms of entry to the direction of the trend, because Friday more often the market trends because of the some position close, some people close position, some people some traders okay, we can see the market is approaching here at the trade. The trade is active. Didn't adjust my entry. So the trade is active, but I didn't readjust the entry, so I have entered by market. So basically the same order. I am on the trade. I hope that you guys also on the trade here, and waiting for a push back up, because the market has broken that structure. Here we are on the trade, and because very tight stop loss, the risk is definitely low, only 42 pips stop loss here, and expecting it to push back up, which is showing potential bounce here. And with that potential bounce, expecting it to move back to the upside. Yeah, we see some gain. Now looking at here, pretty volatile, 12 pip, 30, 17, 18 pip. All right, so 18 pip, 16 pip, expecting to go up further. Expecting to move back up further. All right, so I will be announcing what I am doing. We are 28 pip, 30 pip, nearly 28, 30 pip up. I'm closing the trade with the running profit, so we gain here. So we are up 30 pip. So we are up 30 pip. Early today we had another trade which is 22 pip, 25 pip. Now this one is 30 pip. So yeah, let's because the price on the resistance, I don't want to keep running anymore. It may push back again. So we are out with the 30 pip. Are you guys can you give a feedback here? So we need to update it in the VIP group. Now what we can see here, I hope that you guys like this trade. Have you got a profit in that? I would appreciate a feedback on the live chat. And thank you. All right, so we got some 28 pip running. We will still be opening position as soon as we will find another entry. What I want to say, according to Elliott Wave, it will last bounce gold. Is it correct? We'll be looking at that, which is still pushing back up. In fact, it's gone to the full TP hit in this direction. So basically, it's the market, and you can see the market has made that move back to the upside here, and it hit the TP. If you guys like this trade, I would appreciate if you give a thumbs up here if you like this stream. If you like the trade, like this stream, and also stay connected by joining the Telegram link you can find below this video, and also I can share with you the link for updated education. For updated education, and let's keep growing, and let's look at that. We see that the market is in fact doing great. Okay guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this trade. You can see how I have entered. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the main goal here in this academy is to help you to learn and grow as a trader. Now, that's why I show with the risk, with the pending order, with all of this. Now, the reason I have placed the pending order here, as I mentioned in many of my previous analysis and any other areas, that we need to trade, that when you are trading, the most important thing in terms of technical analysis is to understand that when the market is about to break out, or where is the imbalance in the market, which way the market is going to be heading, especially when you see the major direction of the trend, right? So when you see the trend, that's where the opportunity, because when you trade with the trend, you started to know you started to learn and you start to grow, because trading with the trend is the most profitable trading system one can ever have. Now, if you guys have seen our TF indicator, which is should be here, but I think it's just by mistake deleted. We need to attach it again. So TF indicator is this one also based on the trend. So once you can identify the direction of the trend, you know that actually the market, how they are structuring, especially in the major direction of the trend. Now, if you guys look at in this live session, consecutively this week, in last 5 days, all the trade that we have opened were winner in this live session. So it's because of the trend, because of the we know that in which direction the market is going to be heading, right, which is the key. Now, I know that many of you struggling, especially understanding the trend, understanding which way the market potentially be heading, and because of that reason, this month we are taking some new members in the academy. We had quite a few members in the past. So if you guys want to also join us, stay connected by joining the Telegram channel link in the description, where still you may find more information on how to join the academy, where you can stay with me to learn and grow as a trader. So now let's look at the next thing, that one trade is not enough, right? We need more trading opportunity, we need more trades. So what is the next trade that we can look at the market? Let's find out from the market structure. Let's find out from the trend, right? So looking at here, okay, so you can see that this buy stop is played out, so it's a winner. Now let's look at the next potential trading opportunity in this market. So if you look at here, you can see, let's delete those lines. So we gained that we can note it down here in a sticker. So we had we already on the screen. So now if you look at here, we can see the market from this support level. Okay, so you can see the series of higher low, and because it's in a series of higher low, we may see the market to possibly, if you look at here, you can see it has broken back to the upside again. Now we may see now deeper pullback. So if you look at the 4 hour here, which is also the 1 hour candlestick pattern, and you can see the market here in this big bounce followed by a sideways movement, and we can see there is another bounce. And with this bounce, this is the 1 hour price action. The trend is very important, because and also along with the trend, we need to look for the market is along with the trend. Also, we need to look for a market which has manipulation in the past. What do I mean by this? Let's understand this. Okay, let's understand this, that guys, what did I say? Not only trend, we need to look for a market that has manipulation in the past along with the trend, and that's where you'll see the market in fact going in that direction. Why? Because there are 3 secrets in the market structure, liquidity, and price action, right? So we more often talk about that as well. You know, Nikola Tesla said that if you want to know the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Similarly, if you want to know the secret of the market, think in terms of market structure, liquidity, and price action. So if you look at this market structure alone is not enough, because when you look at market structure, you'll see sometime a very plain market structure, a fake move that you will see that doesn't have liquidity, and it's just manipulation. So when you see that the market is haven't got enough liquidity, the market will not move that far that you can expect. Now if you look at here, you can see, now look at this one here, right? Let me show you what do I mean by this, the fake move that doesn't move much. So if you look at this 1 hour candle, you can see it's a fake move and it didn't move much and the market has bounced back. If you look at the 15 minutes, you see this move here, okay, it is a breakdown, but there is no any kind of liquidity grab at the top. But when you see a market which is trending, right? So if you look at here, now a market which is trending, right? So if you look at here, trending, but along with the trend, you need the fuel, right? So liquidity is the fuel of the market, like, you know that. So if you consider that you are driving a car, that you need a GPS if you are in an unknown city. So the market structure is the GPS that will help you to navigate that which direction to be heading, and then the liquidity is the fuel of that car. What is the price action? Price action is your decision to move on. The market will, you know that you'll see the trend, you'll see the direction of the trend and everything is perfect, but what about when to enter? That's where you will see that when to enter is where we will see that when to enter, that decision will come from the price action. That decision will come from the price action confirmation. Now if you look at here, what did I looked at when I have entered this trade? You see, what did I looked at? Let me tell you a secret that you will change your trading completely. We placed the pending order here, right? But I have looked at somewhere else to confirm that this market might be heading back to the upside, a high probability. See this structure here, okay? There's a pattern in everything. So you see the pattern in everything, right? So you'll see the pattern in sunflower, you'll see pattern in galaxy, all right? So you'll see pattern in everywhere. So when you can understand the pattern, you can recognize that thing that showing you that pattern to predict the future, right? So you'll see that. Similarly, if you look at the pattern here, the market always creates a pattern to help you to understand that which way the market will be heading, because the market is a product, you know, function of thinking, byproduct of a lot of people's thinking, and that is creating that pattern in the chart, right? So now let's see here in this market on Xauusd currently as it is in a bullish trend, okay? Because it's in a bullish trend, pretty strong bullish trend, we are looking back again a little higher time frame to understand that where potentially this market be heading. So if you look at here, you can see from here there was a big bullish impulse, and with that impulse correction, another impulse, deeper correction. Now the market is in another bullish impulse here, okay? So with that bullish impulse, now this is the 4-hour chart, and in this 4-hour time frame, what do you see from this support level? There is a breakout. Let's look at here on the higher time frame and the lower time frame how the market is now potentially giving us another opportunity. Now with this a double bottom here, a big breakout with a big bullish pin bar, okay? So looking at the lower time frame here, looking at the 5-minute chart, this is where a big move followed by sideways, and you can see the market is moving back again. So this is where we need to look for another breakout structure and then waiting for the market to create that imbalance in the market. So we talk a lot about the imbalance, right? So why do we talk about the imbalance? Because the market strives for balance. The market constantly striving for balance. The same as the universe. The universe also constantly strive for balance, right? So you'll see that is why why we need to understand that balance is because as a human, if we create an imbalance in the energy field, that could lead the universe to come up to put us an imbalance to to restore that balance, because the job of the universe is to restore that balance all the time. So and that is what also it's important, because the importance level is key. Because when we create an excessive importance in something, we create an what is called the inhomogeneity. That means that imbalance in the energetic field of this universe, and then the job of the universe is to restore that balance, to put that out of balance that has given excessive importance to. So in the same way, the market also strive for balance. So that is why looking for a zone where there is an imbalance is the key. So you can see it's trending, which is pretty good, and this is where we have entered with the entry to the imbalance. Now if the market breaks that structure again, if you look at the 1 hour, we can see it's closing in 8 minutes time, and we can restructure the level again, right? So looking at from beginner mindset is the key. So if you look at here, okay, now you can see this is the lower time frame beginner mindset. And when you look at that beginner mindset, that means that looking at the chart from a very fresh perspective for further entry opportunity, where what we can see that here is some levels that we can look for possible further entry opportunity. Thank you. Let's wait for here for a possible further entry opportunity. Patience is key. We'll be waiting for further possible here is the big drop, and before the 1 hour close, let's see, you can see that if we can find further entry. So 4 hour and 1 hour, if we look at, now there is a, you can see it's trying to break below, and this support is key. This is a very important support. If the market coming to that level, pardon me, It's coming to that support, and with this support test here, we can see the market coming to that support. Now let's see, this is the 5-minute chart attaching, targeting to the 20 EMA on the 5 minutes time frame, and because it has broken below, let's wait to see that 4-hour chart and the 1 hour also closing as a long wick. There's a long wick here, so it may try to come for deeper pullback. So this is a 1 hour support. Let's see in the next 4 minutes how the market is potentially creating the structure. If it comes well below here to this support, then we may be able to find further entry again to the upside here. We may see the market is coming here potentially to this support here and also support here, and then we may be able to find potential entry in this market. So here is, it's potentially be bouncing back again. So we can see from here the market is in fact pushing back to the upside with a momentum, and this is a 5 minutes bullish price action. We may see further trend continuation. And this zone is in this market also, this 25 pip is also the pure imbalance in the market, and you can see after that pin bar here, it pushed back up again to that imbalance. So because with this support from this neckline, the price has dropped here and it has gone back up. These two red candles are important, and we can see the prices completely has tested those zone and bounced back up again in the direction of the trend. Thank you. So in the second entry, I was planning to enter here, but we see the little faster move. That's fine. We are waiting for better entry setup in this area. and here is a bullish engulfer forming, and we may see the market to potentially I think this, if you look at here, this 5 minutes candle is a bullish engulfer, and because it's a bullish engulfer, we may see the market to potentially again trend back to the upside in this direction. So looking at the lower time frame, yeah, so which is a sign of trend continuation, we see there is a 1 hour candle closed, and because the market is in this bullish trend continuation, 1 hour candle closed as a bull candle, and it may keep pushing back to the upside here. Understanding the breakup structure is the key to know that, you know, when the market potentially be heading back again. So when you see the market breaking from the structure in an uptrend, especially you see that I do more often look at the higher time frame and then jumping on the lower time frame because of the multi time frame analysis that I do in all my analysis that I post on the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, I would highly encourage you to do so, because when you look at the multi time frame analysis, that's where you see the bigger picture, and combining with the bigger picture with the smaller picture will give you a clear understanding of the market, because the market moves based on the higher time frame, but the entry based on the lower time frame. So to enter the market, you need the lower time frame, because you can't see what's happening on the higher time frame. You can't see the imbalance, you can't see the candlestick pattern, you can't see that entry. But to see the directional bias, you need to look at the higher time frame, because the lower time frame is noise, right? So you see that 1 minute probably trending very aggressively, but if you look at the daily or the 4 hour, you could see that in that time frame is just on the monthly support or daily resistance that you can't see on the lower time frame. And that is why looking at the multi time frame is the key to look at a market to give you better trading setup. So, and though it looks little confusing, especially in the beginning, but over time, if you keep looking at, you're gonna learn, you're gonna grow. So here is what we can see in this market on the lower time frame with this breakup structure here. It has bounced back up for us to enter. We may see here now already, you see there is an inverted head and shoulder formation, and with this inverted head and shoulder, the market has broken back to the upside here. We'll be looking for possible another setup here. So looking at you can see as soon as the price open with this candle, it bounced back to the upside, and at the moment here is the bullish price action that we can see. It's pushing back up, and move correction. It's still maintaining that bullish market trend. Okay, so what we can see here, with this move correction. So it's still maintaining that bullish market trend. We see there is a break of structure. We have seen there is a break of structure here as well. So we take the trade here we didn't take, and we will be waiting for again the market to come back here to this is the 1 hour support. And if it is coming to this 1 hour support, we can look for possible setup above this level for another potential entry in this market. So here is the key to look at. This is the 1 hour support. We may see the market to come back here to retest this, and if it drop back here to this 1 hour support, that is where we will be looking to enter. First let it drop, and then we will be placing the pending order above, because it's a bull market. So the 4 hour, you can see we have 54 minutes time to close this candle. And looking at some of the levels that we may see the market to potentially be heading. Looking forward to have possible okay, so it's coming here. I'll be placing another pending order here at this level. It might be very fast, but we'll be quickly placing another buy stop with tight stop loss, TP target to this level. So buy stop will be placing at 3359 level. It's gonna be another buy stop. It might be quick, faster. Buy stop 3359.10. Stop at 3355.99. TP target at 3362.60. Now if the market is not going back up, we will not be taking. So if only it bounce back up, then we will be taking the trade from the 1 hour support. So this is where this is a buy stop. $3359.37. Stop loss at 3355.99. TP target at 3362.60. So it's a buy stop if the market return back up. Now would like to see that it's, if we look at, okay, so it may even come down for a deeper pullback. If it keep pushing down, will not be taking the trade, and will be waiting for restructuring the market again. Okay, so place that buy stop here. If it push back up, I think it might seek further drop. So if it is breaking below, we will be closing pending order if it breaks this swing low here. In that case, we might see further drop and we may be readjust the pending order if needed. Thank you, welcome. Thanks for Xauusd and re-entering down from top. Resistance trend line channel is anytime. So I'm not. What is imbalance, sir? Imbalance is where you see that the market. So the imbalance is where the buyers and sellers has not been balanced. Okay, so if you look at a market, there is a buyer and there is a seller, right? So for example, this red candle, so especially to understand the imbalance a little more clearly, need to understand also the fair value gap. So if you look at a market, let's say like that, okay, moving in a sideways, smart money area, and then boom, breakout from that sideways market, and then pull back, and then you can see the market has moved back up again, pull back, like this moving. This, when the market has broken out of the structure, this is the smart money resistance line. Okay, this is the smart money area where smart money bought and the market has moved back to the upside. Now this pullback is where the profit taking, but as a rule of thumb, it should be coming back here to retest this previous resistance, because there was a buyer only in that area, there was no seller. So but the sellers couldn't break that price well below, instead it left a gap here. So let's say this is this green candle, green candle, green candle, red candle, red candle, but this zone here, they left a gap here. That is an imbalance, which is a fair value gap. And that imbalance is when the market is going up and it keep creating that imbalance along the way, and when the price has finally breaks down from the trend, it come to feel that imbalance in those areas, right? So this is where to understand when to enter and when not to, by looking at the market that has created this kind of imbalance. So now what we can see here, we place the pending order, the market is consolidating here in this area. Now from here we could see another bounce, or we may see that deeper pullback. Will you be holding this pending order, or let's wait to see how far it might be pushing back up again? So you can see some bounce in this area. Okay, we can see that break to the upside and still holding that pending order. Still on with the pending order. If it bounce back up, if it triggers, we can take around even 20-25 pip. Will be a good move. If it breaks down from here, then we will be closing the pending order. In that case, will not be entering. At the moment, we can see still probability for a bullish move. Now could move back up again here or dropping back down. If it is dropping down, then we see that there is a head and shoulder formation here. Look at, okay, left shoulder, right shoulder. We might see that again coming back here to break this trend line. So if it is coming to break this trend line here, okay, this is the trend line. We're coming back to break that trend line, and then we may see the prices drop to that support level here. So with that being said, now the market has broken from the trend line, possibly, or moving back up again. Okay, still the pending order is there. Okay, we can see that with this liquidity grab, it's now trying to push back down here. So I'm closing out the pending order as we need to potentially readjust the pending order. So I'm taking the pending order off. It's created a liquidity grab here, so we may see possible deeper pullback here. So let's delete those lines to see what kind of market structure it is forming. Looking at the 1 hour, you can see that this is the 1 hour price action, potentially coming to this support here again, and with this coming to this support, okay, now there is a 4-hour close coming. There is significant pullback on the 1 hour. There's a big head and shoulder here. Now that head and shoulder can be just a fake one and then to push back up, or we could see that coming again, breaking below here. So you can see it's pushing back up. Look at the 1 hour, 15 minutes. So getting that reaction back to the upside here, there's a 1 minute doji. Now this kind of move, so when you see that break and then return again immediately back, that's the sign the market again potentially to push back up some level. But I'm not entering buy is because of this head and shoulder that you can see. It's a big head and shoulder, and with this head and shoulder the market has broken below. It's in a sideways, and therefore in this area we could see this market to potentially in this area to move back up. We'll be waiting to see. This is a pretty now a sideways, and yeah, this is currently in a sideways. So there was a big trend that we have seen. Now before the 4-hour close we might see some pullback in a sideways movement, and later we may see that the market again pushing back to the upside in the direction of the trend. And with that being said, guys, is this session where I believe you guys have learned a lot, and there is a lot of new content coming every week and every day that I'm posting on the channel for learning. So make sure you stay subscribed and also join the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video for all the update education that I'm posting every day, and to see how I'm trading and what kind of opportunity currently anytime in the market. Follow along all the analysis that I'm posting, and this is Friday. As you know that last day of trading week, exciting day. We had a also successful trading live session, and coming up next week is big week, also last week of the month. We'll see there again trading live together on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. 5 days of trading week, including weekend. We have some sessions will come up in the community, baby community. With that said, I'll see you again, guys, very soon. Today's session little shorter, 40 minutes, because of the weekend. We have gained what we need. Now let's look forward to have a big trading week coming up, and enjoy your weekend, enjoy your time. We'll see you again very soon, trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.